Hello everybody, my name is Dina. Today we will be going over statistics, specifically the topics of central tendencies and range. This presentation is presented by the Center of Learning Excellence. Let's begin learning about the different types of central tendencies. First off, we must understand what central tendency is and why it's important in statistics. Measures of central tendency. A measure of central tendency is a single value that attempts to describe a set of data by identifying the central position within that set of data. Some central tendencies are mean, median, mode, and range. The image on the right is a short song that will help you understand the different types of central tendencies. Now let's go back to the main slide and talk in more detail about what mean, median, mode, and range are. Now let's start going over with what the mean is. Mean. The mean, also known as the average, is a list of numbers is defined as follows. Mean is equal to the sum of a list of values divided by the number of values in the list. The first step to identify the mean is to add up all the values to find a total. The second step would be to divide the total by the number of values you added together. For example, you are given a list of values and you need to first add up all the values to find the total. There are 6 values in the set of values and they all equal up to 30. Now what you do is you need to divide the sum of the list of the values divided by the number of values in the list. So what we are going to do is we are going to divide 30 divided by 6, which will give us the value of 5. So the mean is 5. Now that you understand what the mean is, let's practice the concept. Now try this problem on your own. The first step that you would need to do for this problem is identify the sum of all the values listed. So the sum of the values for these sets of values is 63. Now we know that the total number of values are 7. So remember, the mean is the average, so we need to figure out the average of these set of values. To find that, again, you would need the formula mean is equal to the sum of a list of values divided by the number of values in the list. So the sum of the list of values was 63. We are going to divide that by the number of values that we found in the list, which are 7. Once you divide those two, you are given a value of 9. So the mean is equal to 9. Great job, you got it. If you need to review what mean is again, you can always go back to the previous slide. Always remember that mean is the average. Now let's go back to the home page and talk about a different central tendency. Now that you know what the mean is, let's begin talking about the median. Median. The median is the middle value of a group of values. For an odd number of values, the median is the middle value in the list. For an even number of values, the median is the mean of the 2 middle values in the list. The first step to identify the median would be to put all the values into order from least to greatest. The second step would be that the median is always the middle value. The third step, if there are 2 values in the middle, you must find the mean of these 2. Remember, mean is the average. Examples. You are given 2 examples. For the first example that we're going to go ahead and explain is the left example. You must first arrange these values from least to greatest. Once you do that, you need to identify the median. The median here would be 9, since the median again is the middle value. For the example on the right, you're given a set of values and you must arrange them again from least to greatest. Once you do this, you must find the median. However, for this example, since we are given an even number of values, we need to find the mean of these 2 values. So the mean of these 2 values of -5 and -5 would be -5. So the median is equal to -5. For finding the median, make sure to place your values from least to greatest, or ascending order. This is required to ensure that the median is found correctly. Now let's practice the concept. Now try this example on your own. For example A, you must first order the values from least to greatest. Once you order the values from least to greatest, you can get rid of the values that you do not need and focus on the value that's in the center. So for this example, the number that's in the middle is 4. The median is 4. Now try B on your own. For B, you must also order the values from least to greatest. Next, you want to get rid of the values that you do not need and focus on the values that are in the middle. For this example, 6 and 10 are both in the middle. Remember, since we have an even number of values, we must take the average. So the average of 6 and 10 is to add those two values, divide by 2, and you get a value of 8. So that means that the median is 8. Great job, you got it. If you need to review what median is again, you can always go back to the previous slide. Always remember that the median is the middle number. Now let's go back to the home page and talk about a different type of central tendency. So far we have discussed about what a central tendency is, the concept of both median and mean. So now let's discuss about mode. Mode. The mode of a list of values is the value that occurs most often in the list. It is possible for a data set to have more than one mode or no mode at all. Ordering the numbers is not necessary, but it is useful. For example, you are given a set of values which are already placed for you from least to greatest. Next, you need to identify the number that repeats the most. For this example, the number that repeats the most is 4. The mode is equal to 4. Again, the mode is the number that occurs / repeats the most. Now that you understand what the mode is, let's practice the concept. Now try this example on your own. For example A, the number that repeats the most is 1. So that means that the mode value is 1. For example B, try this one on your own. For example B, you have two values that repeat the most, 3 and 1. So the mode values here are both 1 and 3. Great job, you got it. If you need to review what mode is again, you can always go back to the previous slide. Always remember that the mode is the number that repeats the most. Now let's go back to the home page and talk about a different type of central tendency. The last central tendency that we will be discussing is range. Range. The range is obtained by getting the difference between the highest and lowest value. Ordering the numbers is again not necessary, but it is useful. Example, you are given a set of values and you need to find the highest and the lowest number. The largest number in this example would be 7, the smallest number would be 3. To find the range, you must subtract these values. So 7 minus 3 will give you 4. The range is then equal to 4. Now that you understand what the range is, let's practice the concept. Remember, the range is the difference between the highest and lowest value. Try example A on your own. For example A, you must find the largest and the smallest number. The smallest value would be 5, the largest value would be 15. The largest value would then be subtracted by the smallest value, so 15 minus 5 will give you the value of 10. So the range value is equal to 10. Great job, you got it. Now let's go back to the home page and sum up everything that we discussed. Now that you have understood what central tendencies are, specifically mean, median, mode, and range, and why they are useful in statistics. Hope you all enjoyed this presentation and good luck on your future endeavors.